For the first time in history, beauty standards aren't even human anymore. We're quite literally altering how our brains understand identity and beauty. But before all that, I'm Isabel. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because if you're into fashion and internet culture, this channel might be just for you. So let's get into it. From Ozempic to microtrends, we've been diving headfirst into some of the unhealthiest of beauty standards lately. But now we have a new category of models and influencers ready to alter your perception of reality. Competition in the modeling industry just got so much more fierce. There's a new category of models who don't eat, sleep, or have needs at all: AI models. And if you're thinking about the Guess ad in Vogue, you would be correct, but this is actually not the first time this has happened. In 2023, the Singapore Vogue cover was also AI. H&M was looking into AI twins so models can book jobs even if they aren't physically there, and many more.
I didn't know I had an AI twin until today, but
Wait a minute. Who are you?
they updated my hair because when these photos were taken in 2023, I still had my mullet, so we're even more accurate now. And like, look at the eyebrows and the freckles and this little bump I have on my nose.
Rue? When was this?
An AI model is computer generated, so it doesn't need you to be polite, it has no complaints, and makes no mistakes. So if you want to compete as a human model who wants to be treated fairly and isn't perfect, you're already at a disadvantage. And yes, it's always ideal when you can bring your vision to life exactly how you want it, but what about all the times when the small things that feel like setbacks, mistakes, or even accidents make the end result better than the original vision? An accident that would have never happened if we carefully curated every moment and avoided all unexpected circumstances. And when beauty is optimized in this way, it stops evolving. So instead of getting more interesting, it just becomes stagnant. So what happens to people's brains when they realize that real is no longer enough? We start comparing ourselves to something that literally does not exist. Which leads me to what will be the biggest driver of this comparison: the AI influencer. Influencers are usually either relatable or aspirational. AI influencers are neither. Influencers work because they're human, but AI needs to pretend to be human. So now we have this human simulation that's supposed to be aspirational. So we end up with this character that looks real, talks like it's real, acts like it's real, and wants to be perceived as real but isn't. We're living in a time when we're trying to hold on to the tiniest sliver of authenticity and connection that we can find, but at the same time, there are so many who don't care where this connection comes from or even if it's real or not. So in the search for connection, people end up with parasocial attachments to public figures and now potentially AI characters. And I haven't really heard a lot of people talking about this, but there is a chance of parasocial attachment to AI. Now we're talking about a completely different level of attachment to something that doesn't even exist. Parasocial relationships are basically a one-sided connection where one party feels like they have a relationship of some sort with someone that they don't know or who doesn't share their feelings. But then AI just makes everything really weird because AI removes resistance. It obeys. Reality then becomes frustrating and real relationships that require work and understanding suffer to the point where AI becomes preferable to human interaction. And you would think maybe because it's an AI influencer, it's not human, that people wouldn't really be attached to it. But we've already seen cases of people attached to inanimate objects and AI chatbots. So if AI now has a body that looks perfect, the idea of this level of attachment becomes very real. So now you're on your phone scrolling past real humans you've never met, your friends, and these AI characters acting like they're real, and it messes with people's heads. The line that separates what's real and what's not gets blurred. This is especially problematic if you're young. And I'm sure the generation before us was also worried about the internet, but it was the generations after who were able to deal with the internet more easily because we were born into it. We have an eye that they had to work really hard to develop. So I do want to give younger generations the benefit of the doubt and hope that they will be able to better deal with the AI world than we are. But being savvy doesn't mean that you will be unaffected. It just means that they might be better able to spot AI than I will in a few years. Being exposed to these AI characters over and over again will subconsciously affect people. So if you have huge fashion magazines saying that beautiful is now literally unreal, what do we do? And the obvious answer would be to ignore it. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous to be comparing ourselves to a bunch of pixels, but we might get to a point where it's everywhere and then it will be impossible to ignore. That's when beauty stops being aspirational and becomes impossibly unattainable because we literally can't work our way to becoming something that isn't real. So now I'm gonna ask you, will we actually keep human beauty at the forefront or will AI just take over eventually? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into fashion history, brand deep dives, and random commentary, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. See you next time. Bye.